first coat, instead of offering the first bowl, it's the finest linen. It's the least, but it's the best. Instead of offering it, they're keeping it for themselves, so they can lavish themselves with this new lifestyle that they've been living as they've been keeping the tithes and offerings. This is completely corrupt at the time. And at this point, in her latest book, Margaret Feinberg, Scouting the Divine, she's hanging out with this modern-day shepherd. And she's talking about there's no such thing as bad shepherds. You either have shepherds or you don't have shepherds. There's no such thing as bad shepherds. This is where she would call, these are non-shepherds, because real shepherds are known completely for love. Shepherds love their sheep know them. Most shepherds even name their sheep. This is the exact opposite. Verse 4, you have not strengthened the weak or healed the sick or bound up the injured. A good shepherd knows and pays the most attention to the weak ones. A good shepherd takes care of the weakest ones, takes care of the ones who are ill, takes care of the injured ones. A good shepherd knows how to bind a broken leg. A good shepherd knows exactly what he needs to do to keep the sheep close to itself. Also, by the way, over and over again in Scripture, we see moments of sheep after they've been injured, they stick close to the shepherd, and that sheep will never leave the shepherd again. Some say, Luke chapter 15, the parable of the lost sheep. Remember, he says, a good shepherd leaves the 99 and goes in search for the one. A lot of scholars believe that if a sheep wandered off and they went and they found their sheep, because a good shepherd goes and finds his sheep, the exact opposite from what was happening in Ezekiel's day. When that shepherd, a lot of scholars believe that when they went and they found the sheep, the shepherd would literally break one of their legs. Upon breaking one of their legs, the image that's given in Scriptures is that that shepherd finds the sheep and puts it on their shoulders. Why do they put it on their shoulders? Because the sheep can no longer take care of themselves. Why does the shepherd break his leg? He breaks his leg because now the sheep learns that it's completely dependent on the shepherd. And as the shepherd resets the leg, binds it, this sheep stays the closest to the shepherd. And the shepherd gives this sheep the most attention. And this sheep grows so close to the shepherd that sheep never leaves the shepherd again. What a brilliant picture of Jesus with his children. What a brilliant picture that Jesus allows things to happen in life. That God is allowing the nation of Israel to be exiled again and experience complete and utter destruction. By the way, Babylonian captivity through King Nebuchadnezzar in about 5 to 6 years is about to completely destroy Jerusalem. Their temple and everything is about to be completely destroyed. In the midst of this catastrophe, in the midst of this absolute complete disaster, Ezekiel is charged with showing and keeping the nation of Israel together, saying God is sovereignly working this out for your good. It is calling out the people who don't. You have not brought back the strays or searched for the lost. You have ruled them harshly and brutally. Again, this is nothing what a shepherd would do. Verse 5. So they were scattered because there were no shepherd. Numbers. Again in Matthew, again in Mark. We see Jesus saying in the New Testament. In the Old Testament, we see that they look, Moses said they look like they're sheep without a shepherd. What happens when sheep don't have a shepherd? They die. When sheep don't have a shepherd, they wander aimlessly. A sheep can't find its own food. They wander aimlessly. This is why oftentimes we've heard sheep just walk off cliffs, right? You guys have heard that before? Sheep, they're so dumb, they'll just walk off a cliff. They're just following the sheep that's in front of them. They get behind in single line and they just follow one after another. They don't even know it's there because they're literally just literally go back and YouTube pictures and videos of sheep, modern day shepherds, and you'll see that they're just lined up one after another, and they have no idea what's in front of them. And by the way, a good shepherd always leads out in front. You'll never see a shepherd leading off on the side. They'll freak sheep out. You'll never see a shepherd pushing from the back. Good shepherds always are out in front and they lead. They lead them to the places that they want you to go. They're saying because you're a bad shepherd, because you're no shepherd at all, they're being scattered. And they became food for all the wild animals. Verse 6, my sheep wandered all over the mountains and on every high hill, and they were scattered over the whole earth, and no one searched or looked for them. Does this not sound like modern day America? Sheep being led without a shepherd, being scattered all over the mountainsides, being eaten up by the wild animals, eating the things that they shouldn't be eating, finding disease, being caught up, just aimlessly wandering sheep without a shepherd. Verse 7, therefore you shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, because my flock lacks a shepherd, it so has been plundered and has become food for all the wild animals. And because my shepherds did not search for my flock, but cared for themselves, rather than for my flock. Verse 9, therefore, O shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Verse 10, I am against the shepherds, and I will hold them accountable for my flock. I will remove them from tending the flock so that the shepherds can no longer feed themselves. I will rescue my flock from their mouths, and it will no longer be food for them. Listen to the foreshadowing of Christ here. Verse 11. What we're doing here, this is called a meta-narrative. This is called a meta-drama. This is the narrative before or in front of the true narrative that is Christ. This is what comes before. Everything points to Jesus. Verse 11. For this is what the sovereign Lord says. I myself will search for my sheep and look after them. As a shepherd looks after his scattered flock when he is with them, so will I look after my sheep. I will rescue them from all the places where they have been scattered on the day of clouds and darkness. I will bring them out of the nations and gather them from the countries, and I will bring them into their land, into their own land. I will pasture them on the mountains of Israel, in the ravines, in all the settlements in the land. I will, verse 14, tend them in good pasture, and the mountain heights of Israel will be their grazing land. It's the best parts of Israel. And there they will feed in rich pasture in the mountains of Israel. Verse 15, I myself will tend my sheep and have them lie down, declares the sovereign Lord. Verse 16, I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. Do you see the heart of a shepherd? If there was ever a moment for us in scriptures to see the heart of a shepherd, if someone's wandered, if someone's scattered, God's saying, I will go and I will get my sheep, and I will bring them together, and I will pasture them, and I will lead them, and I will feed them, and they will find their complete worth and dependence in me. Why? Because they're literally defenseless without me. They're literally worthless without a shepherd, and I will make them of worth. I will bring life to the flock, because on their own, they're completely lost. God said, I will make a way, and I will bring the flocks back together. Remember, he's speaking of his people. This is a metaphor. It's a matter we need to recognize over and over throughout history that we have been like sheep without a shepherd, just aimlessly wandering. And because of that, some have scattered and wandered. Some of you guys have grew up with people who were once associated, affiliated, who were connected at some point with a community of faith. But now they're scattered and they're just aimlessly wandering. A good shepherd knows who gets them. A good shepherd leaves the 99 and goes and finds them and gets them and brings them back. You want to know the only way, the only defense a sheep knows? The only defense a flock has? They have watchmen. Each flock has a watchman, or they have a watch animal. Sometimes it's a dog. Other times it's a llama or something that just gives out a warning sign if there's a predator. As soon as they hear the warning sign, you know the only defense mechanism besides the shepherd that a sheep has naturally is they immediately get into one huge huddle. They immediately find solace. They immediately find strength in community. Community is the only natural defense that sheep have. We're sheep. We're sheep aimlessly wandering without a shepherd. The only defense that we have naturally is to come together and to walk together, to live together, to journey together. When we fall, we pick each other up. We bring each other back. This is where James says, if someone's wandered from the truth, bring them back to the gospel. This is where Paul says, if someone's wandered from the truth, love them, literally love them in truth back to the gospel. This is what good shepherds do. And we can't wait for other people to do it for us. Take my yoke Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am the good shepherd, Jesus says. I'm the good shepherd. We're going to unpack this next week. We're going to unpack this in great detail, in great depth. And the scripture is going to come alive in technicolor. No longer is just this version of a shepherd, just this remote, random version that we just see. Here's another place we see sheep, and here's another place we see shepherd. And here's Jesus calling himself a shepherd. We see shepherds all throughout scripture. He's not saying he's just some shepherd. He's saying from Ezekiel chapter 34 that I will come and I will gather my sheep and I will bind my sheep together and I will defend my sheep and I will feed my sheep and I will make my sheep lie down, which by the way is one of the most difficult things someone can ever do is actually get sheep to lie down. We're talking about that in a couple weeks. A good shepherd gets his sheep to lie down. What time they lie down when they feel comfortable. When they have complete hope and trust and reliance. All throughout Scripture, the picture of the shepherd is simply this. I will provide. I will provide. I will provide. The metaphor of the sheep is simply this. I'm absolutely 100% completely dependent on the shepherd who will provide. The metaphor of the shepherd is I will provide. The metaphor of the sheep is I'm dependent on the shepherd to provide for me to have life. Which, by the way, John 10:10 is why says I'll come to give life and life to the full. The scripture comes in technicolor, vivid detail for us. We understand, when we see, when it's just breathed out the fullness of life. So tonight, even for me as we wrestle together through this, man's going to come up and just respond to it. I wonder for you, I find my place I find my heart kind of in a funky place tonight. This funky place that I find my heart in is, even as I preach this, and although I've known my entire life, and if you've been in church for a long time, if you've been in church as a kid, there's a good chance that you've seen something cheesy with a sheep and a shepherd at some point. Which by the way, when Jesus is born, the shepherds go to Jesus and there's sheep there. Can you see the worth? We oftentimes look at the sheep and shepherd like they're worthless. But when the shepherds go to the birth of Christ, you see the worth as we present to Christ in that moment. So, if you've been in church for a while and you're looking throughout scriptures, you see shepherds, you see sheep. It's broad connotations of here's just another moment that we see sheep and shepherd. It's just redundant. And the master communicator who is Jesus next week, John chapter 10, we had John chapter 10. We see just his masterful, his love. We see the depth. So I find my heart in a funky place because I know this. I'm studying this. And yet I still rely upon myself. You know what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying? I still rely upon myself. I still know that I can still do this. And if I can just do this, I know I can take care of myself. And over and over and over, I had a ridiculously difficult conversation this morning. And it just took the wind out of my sails and kind of left me really empty. And all day I just struggled all day with over and over again as I'm studying for time. I will provide. I'm the good shepherd. I will provide. I'm the good shepherd. I will provide. I'm the good shepherd. I will provide. And so I want to respond kind of in two ways to this. Even though you're here tonight, you still might be one of the sheep who's scattered. Even though you're here tonight in community, you still might be one of the sheep who's just aimlessly wandering. Tonight, through Moses, through David, through Abraham, through the prophets, through John the Baptist, through Jesus, can we see over and over again that Jesus, I will provide. Tonight, for you, what does that look like for you? Wrestle with that image. Wrestle with that metaphor. May this metaphor come to life for you tonight, for me tonight. That's one way to respond. If you're here and you're struggling, you're aimlessly wandering. The shepherd is searching you out. The shepherd is pursuing your heart. The shepherd is coming after you and bringing you back into the flock. The second thing is, we all know the sheep who have scattered. We all know the sheep who are just aimlessly wandering. And no one's left to go get them. No one's left the flock. No one's left the community to go search out in love and in truth and to bring them back. Good shepherds always go and bring them back. Tonight, I'm wondering if you know someone like that. And again, that might be you. It might be mom, it might be dad. It might be sister, it might be your brother, it could be your friend. We all know she need one. I wonder if this community will take the truth of the gospel. Will take the vivid details of what a shepherd is and what a shepherd does. And we will deeply love. That we will stick by, we will stand by, and she will stand, we will gather together, we will find defense and community. All surrounded in the center by the love and the revolutionary love story of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I wonder if you know someone. I wonder if you're in that place. So as we respond to that, I pray that that's the way we respond as a community, as individuals. Father, tonight, as we find some of us, our hearts in funky places, or just a sheep who's begging to know the shepherd's voice further, deeper, more vivid, and more clear. Father, potentially sheep who just wander, it's just so easy to wander. It's so easy to go out and search. We search of food on our own, we search of quote-unquote grasping the green on the other side. Father, we've just been left empty and wandering for so long. Father, I pray that you just pursue our hearts. Bring us back to the truth of the gospel. In the precious name of God.
As we continue to sing, if you want to stand up, feel free to stand up. If you want to go on the back, we're just going to kind of take this time to pray. We just invite you just to worship in any way that you'd like to continue with us. Sing it with God. God of this city, you're the King of these people, you're the Lord of this nation. You are, 'cause you're the light in this darkness, you're the hope to the hopeless, you're the peace to the restless. You are, 'cause there's no one
sheep are prone to wander. As sheep, we're prone to go our own way. We're prone to try to just navigate and figure life out on our own. Father, tonight, seal our hearts. Here's our hearts. Father, keep us close to the shepherd's side. Keep us close to your heart. Father, so that this generation, so that this community, so that this group of individuals, this group of followers, this group of disciples, Father, that an unbelieving world would be able to see that you are the good shepherd, because we not only know your voice, but Father, we put our hope in you. Father, we trust you and rely on you. We know that you are the good shepherd who will always provide. Father, we know that you are the shepherd who brings us closer, who makes us lie down in green pastures, who brings us to waters that never cease, who brings us to places where the grass is green, who supplies every need that we have. And so, Father, I pray that you purge from my heart, I pray that you purge from the heart of this community the desire and the need to wander and try to figure it out on our own. Father, we love you. Thank you for being a good shepherd. Thank you for being patient with your directionless, aimless, defenseless sheep. So, Father, tonight we recognize that although we are aimless, and although we are directionless, Father, tonight we recognize that we have deep worth. And that worth is found through the identity of your Son. That worth is found in the identity of his blood. That worth is found in the identity of the cross. So, Father, may this community be marked by your cross. In your precious name we pray. Amen. Say thanks to the band, guys. I've got a couple announcements. Hey, Larry. No, it's not there anymore. Let me see if I can just remember because I forgot out of my office. There's a couple announcements. If you're going to Honduras, there's still a couple spots left. If you haven't yet turned in your $100, get your $100 deposited or reserve your spot. Those spaces are going to go. If you want to go, you need help. You're kind of sketchy a little bit. You see that my almost gave up. And if you're kind of sketchy a little bit, and you know, mom and dad are freaking out, and you see someone, whatever, just come and talk. We can